All right, so this is Interaction 2 for our Global Culture Project with Angie from El Salvador. And so I was the host this time, and we were going to um, go try on wedding dresses, do that whole thing, but that's not a thing in America because they want you to really be getting married. So we just basically planned out her wedding, talked about weddings in both of our countries or whatnot. But I was nervous when it went beforehand because I didn't want to make any assumptions beforehand. Um, just because she lives in another country than me doesn't really mean like we have to have completely different weddings or traditions or whatever. So I didn't want to immediately assume that, and I'm so glad that I guess I didn't because our weddings are so similar. Um, but yeah, I was most concerned about that. I was a little nervous, but I mean, I was excited to talk about weddings. Who's not excited about talking about weddings? At least when you're a lady. Um, and during the thing, she was excited to talk about it too. She was very open. She's never been to a wedding, but she has heard about it. Her sisters got married, but she said it wasn't a huge ordeal. Um, but yeah, what's small insights to your culture? Basically, what she told me was that there are two types of weddings in El Salvador. There is a civil wedding, and then there is a religious wedding. And those terms were kind of strange to me, but we have them here too. But they're more so practiced over there, I think, or more common. I don't know. But a civil wedding is when you go to a lawyer and you just get married that way. And I know that happens quite often here, but it's not as talked about. And those usually last only about 30 minutes, she said. And sometimes afterward, they'll stay for cocktail or dinner, but real small. And then religious weddings are the longer ones that they'll have bridesmaids. They wear white at those. And then at the civil weddings, they usually don't wear white. She showed me a photo where one young woman was wearing a very like bedazzled, like silvery thing for her civil wedding, but she also said that you can do both. So you start off with the civil one, and then you go to the religious one, and then go to a reception afterwards. So I don't know why, but some people do it. She just said that some people want to do all of it, so they do all of it. Um, she said that proposal parties are starting to become a thing. I know it's becoming very, very big in America, and it's been a thing for a while. Um, she said at the weddings, there's always chicken. I thought that was so funny. She's like, there's always chicken or seafood. And I was like, oh, okay. But she said for herself, she wants to have an outdoor wedding no matter what. And she said if she had it here, she would want it during the fall. But if it was at home, it really wouldn't matter because it's all similar weather. But she wants it outside. She watches Say Yes to the Dress just like we do, just like a lot of women do. And she loves baby's breath, which I thought was super sweet. So flowers were very important for her personally. Um, yeah. But she said she wants a natural wedding and not a fancy wedding, and so I think a lot of us feel that way too. I'm that way. Um, and she also said that the train on the wedding dresses there signifies money. So like if their train is longer, that means that the young woman has more money. Um, and this really doesn't apply to this at all, but I thought it was so funny. She said she was talking about cousins and stuff, how families are just huge over there, so weddings can be massive. But she said that people become family once you yourself believe that they're family. So it could be anyone. And I just thought that was so funny and actually really cute that their country itself just looks at everyone as just like family. So weddings can be super big because of that. And yeah, I don't, their culture is so similar to ours. And I've touched on that in past ones, but like, man, about everything. And I think it's just because she actually told me that her culture is almost the same amount of um, individuals from Mexico that live in America, that they have about the same percentage of people from El Salvador also in America. So they're just kind of one and the same. She actually told me that they find America to be just an extra state which is crazy because it'll be a huge state if they look at it that way. But it was super fun. I was disappointed we couldn't like go shopping, I guess, or get that experience, but we were able to look on Pinterest, find her dresses, flowers, things like that. It was really fun. And afterward, like she was so chill about it, very kind, and there was no reason for me to be nervous at the beginning, but I just didn't want to make assumptions. That's what I get most nervous about with things like this, talking about different cultures and stuff. But it was a really cool experience, and I just love weddings, so it was awesome.